Today, we're going to be working on a new personal website for myself. Reason being is because we have a lot of changes coming up soon. A little hint here actually is if you check the new channel handle on this channel, that'll be a little hint of what's to come if you can get pick that up. But as a result of these changes, I'm going to have to change my personal website, and it's just going to be sort of a link aggregator. Like if you're similar to LinkTree, it's going to be something pretty much just like that. I'll actually have a screenshot of what we're building shown on the screen right now. So before we actually get into this video, I just want to say something really quickly. This video almost didn't come out today. I actually almost didn't make a video today because so many things happened, let me tell you. But the devil shall not win today. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get an amen in the comments. I'm not sure if I'll actually leave this in the video, but let's get an amen in the comments because today the devil is not going to win. We're going to still do a video, even if it has to come out at 11:59. So, let's go ahead and get started here. All I have so far is a new clone of my boilerplate or my template. If you actually want to link to that, it will be in the description, and it's just based off of Spark Core. I just built everything else myself on top of it. For one, just to get used to it, and for two, I just like things built specifically like my way, of course, as anybody would. So yeah, so all we have so far is just this black background. That's all I changed. I just came to the app provider, which actually wraps every single page of our application. And I just added a main here with a minimum height of 100%. And I added a background of black. So here on our homepage, what I think is the only page we're going to have, we're going to go ahead and start building this sort of card that we have here. I'm going to drag this to another screen so I can see it. All right, so we can get right into this. I'm going to try to not cut too much. I kind of want this to be a bit raw, just to also save myself some editing time. But yeah, so let's go ahead, and I should have a card component in here already. So I will add a card, and I'm not sure if I already have. I don't. Okay, so we might actually just add a card base here. And then here on the card base, I want to create a dark version of it, which is going to just be black. So I'm going to add a attribute here, and I'll call it theme, and I'll just have the test value be dark. And then we're going to come over to the div. We're going to do a class. We're going to call it dark. And then for the criteria and the formula here, I'm going to say that theme equals dark, just like so. And then we're going to add the dark class here. And then we're just going to add the black like so. So now we should be able to have a dark card. So now you might be like, why have black on black? Yes, that's true, but I'm sure in the future I will be using dark cards in some way, shape, or form. So we're just going to set the theme here to dark. And what I'll actually do, we'll see how this turns out. This is not in the actual design, but instead of this dark here, I might set it to the dark gray, the darkest gray like that. And we'll see how that turns out. I'm not sure. At least we can now kind of see it here on the black background. All right, so next, let's go ahead, and I can see that we have an image, we have some text. What I'm going to do, how do I want to go about this? Let's go ahead and start with the text first. So for that, I already know I'm going to need my content component, which just spaces out content. I think it's 1 rem. Yeah, space out the content to 1 rem and a flex box. So we have in H1 with a text of J Campbell in all capital. And now that I know that my H1s are all going to be in all caps, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to come to my H1 component and I'm going to add some custom CSS. I don't know if you can do this yet. I'm sure you can, but I'm going to add a text transform uppercase. I'm just not sure if you can do that in the UI yet, but you probably can. And that should make our text uppercase even if it's funky like that. Yeah, cool. All right. Most of our text is actually going to be this white color as well. So what I could actually do here, probably in my app provider, is set the text color to be white, and that should default everything to white text. But also for my paragraphs, they have a slightly different color. So I'm going to open my paragraph component, and I'm going to just go ahead and copy this color over here. Instead of inherit, I'll actually put the color itself. There we go. All right. Now, right under this H1, we have a paragraph with the text of digital creator, like so. I might change this in the future. I'm not sure. And I can already tell that the spacing between these and the design is a bit smaller. So I might do something like that. I'll leave that for that sort of heading section. And then we'll wrap this in another content and then add another content, I think. Yeah, we'll add another content. And then here now we have a button, which I'm going to set the width of to 100%. And let me grab my sort of purple here. We'll go to themes. We'll go to our theme and I will add a new group called brand. And in the color, we'll add brand primary, and I'll just paste the color so right there. And now what I can do, I'm not sure if this will be our default button, but it might. So I'll just go ahead and actually change this component to just use that brand primary color, and the text for that is white. What we can also do as well is add a text align center there. Yeah, so we get this like that. All right. And then I think all our buttons actually as well are going to have that same uppercase. So text transform uppercase. Um, what else do we have? It's a bit bolder. So we can go into fonts here and we can go for bold there. Now in our base, I'm not sure font. Yeah, that's all inherit. Just set this to inherit. Like so. Because I'm wondering why this text is not being boldened. Yeah, this text is not being bold. Her test instead of text. Yeah, that text is definitely not bold. So let's try to fix that. What's going on here? Font bold. We might have to set inherit there. Maybe inherit. Okay, that fixed that. Okay. I'll play with that later. I'm not really concerned so far, but yeah, there we go. But now, why is this? I guess I should change this to the button base, actually. What we'll do, we will remove these, then go into the actual button base, and I think here's where we'll actually set that. What is this here? This is bold. So we'll do bold, and yeah, and then we can do the text transform uppercase there. And I think up here, I will do the text align to the center. And then we'll put that like so. Okay. So now I should be able to put the let's connect here. Like that, yeah. Okay, so now we have these other cards, which will just be links to the other sites. So let's actually we'll wrap this in a link and what is it? Mail to. And I'll just add my personal email. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. href. There we go. Mail to like so. Let's test that. Yep, that's exactly what we want for it to bring up the email sender thing. Okay. Now could put this in a nav or a list. I'll just put it in a nav. This might not be semantically correct, but it'll be all right. Then we'll have a link. And then in here, we will have the card base. Set the theme to dark. Oh, maybe not, because then it'll be dark on dark. So we will. I think I gotta remove theme here. Oh, it won't do it because I default here set to white. Mm. Oh wait, what am I doing? All I gotta do is trigger dark here, and then in the class I should be able to access dark and change that background color to that dark gray, like so. All right. Now in here we have two text. I think I'll set this. We'll have a content component, then an H2 text, and this is going to be. You know, this shouldn't really be an H2. Maybe I'm not sure. This is semantically correct, but for an example here, we'll have journal, and then we can add the paragraph. This paragraph is always going to be text transform uppercase. And then let's say like my personal entries. Okay. Where did I just type that? Okay, I don't know what just happened, but my personal entries. Okay, now this is supposed to be white. I would actually just come here and just change the defaults here to white. This is a bit thinner. So we'll change the weight to, let's go with normal. And I might have to change what my default content spacing is, because I think they might be closer to this 0.5 rem. All right. And then we have a few cards here. Now, I would typically create a component if I'm doing anything with variables, but since this might be the only page on the website, I don't really care. So we can say like cards, make a new variable there. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to have an array of objects, and I'll do like label and URL. So this is where we'll add each item. So we'll add journal, riseware, and low code here, as well as the URL. And then we'll create a tag that is repeated based off of these, and then that would link out to the relevant places. So for example, we should have a journal here. And then my personal entries like so. We'll create another one. We have riseware, and what I have for that is software and automation for agencies like that. We can also have low code. Oops. I should have just copied and paste these, but Learn low code. See there with app, something like that. These will all be changed to capital case anyway, or to uppercase, so it doesn't really matter what the capitalization that I put it in. So we'll repeat these, not show and hide, sorry. We'll repeat these off of cards like so. And I should actually probably wrap this in content so I get some spacing. Yeah, just like that. And then here in the, oh, wait a minute. I didn't do something. That is not the, yeah, I put this as URL. That was a mistake. I'll do like disk for a description. And then we'll have the URL. I apologize about that. So this will actually be a page eventually in this actual website. So that would just go to the relative URL of slash journal, or I guess slash journals. And then we'll have URL here. This is actually going to another website, riseware.com. Same with this. This will also be going to a different website, lowcode.com. Okay. So now here in the repeating a tag, we can set the href to be the item and URL. And then I'll actually add a disabled, I guess, disabled. And all I'll do is if item URL or label, I guess, that's fine too, equals journal, because that one is not ready yet. We can also have if I want this to open in a new tab, what is it? I think it's target, right? We can set this if item URL starts with, I'll say slash, because then we'll know that it is a relative. I'll flip this to not. I don't think I need that. Starts with journal. Then we'll have nothing there. It'll just be null. But otherwise, we can do, what is it? Blank? Underscore blank? To open in a new tab. I think that's right. I'm not sure. Let's try it. So journals, yeah, it should take me to journals. And then, yeah, that takes me in a new tab to Riseware. And then this one should take me on a new tab to low code, which the website doesn't exist, but I did buy the domain. So yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So then now we just have to bind these actual text to their repeating values. Like this one should be the label, and this one should be the description, just like that. All right, cool. So now we can add the image. Actually, this is supposed to be bigger. What we can do, since both are aligned in the center there, I could just go like that. Yeah, and let's actually add a bit more padding to this. Oh, I think one rem, that's right. What's the actual value? It's like 1.5. 1.5 rem. Ooh, that's 2.5. 1.5 rem. It's kind of what it looks like. And this text is supposed to be a lot bigger. I'll just set it here instead of the actual component. We'll go for, this is about 4 rem. What is it at right now? It's at 2.25. Yeah, so this has to be size of 4 rem. Like so. That looks like, oh, that should be fine. Did I not set it? What is happening here? 4 rem. There we go. Okay, and this card should not be so big. What we can do, let's see, what should we do here? I could wrap this. Maybe just wrap it in a section. I'll set this card to have a size of, max content maybe. And then we'll just have this align it to the center. And this would be the 100% view height of the screen. Yeah, there we go. Then I guess we can add the image. So up here, it'll be in the card base. I'll add the image like so. So have a width and a height of 100%. I think it's about like an aspect ratio of 1 maybe. Now we can actually put this in a div just like that. Let's make this bigger, even though we'll make it a bit better in a little bit. Let's see now. This is a static image of me, so that I will actually change later. It's actually uploaded as media, and I'm pretty sure you can't see what's going on here, but I'm just going to go find that image of me that I have saved here on my server. There we go. And then what we got to do is, I haven't used this too many times actually. So I guess we can go for 540 pixels like that. And we can come over to the image, and then in the source for that, we should be able to just paste that. Yeah, we'll get that. Perfect. That's cool. That's cool. For the all here, we can set like J Campbell. And I guess I can put this as the 560 like that. Okay. What we can then do, I could add a div here. And if I said that it was probably, there's probably a better way to do this, but I set this to absolute. Yeah, and this is where we can add that sort of gradient. There we go. But they did add a gradient thing, did they? Yeah, yeah, cool, 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 cool. So we can then set this to, I'm gonna set this color to actually alpha 0. And then, oh wait, I want this to be, how do I change this to be, oh, it is linear. Okay, so this blue will be a black. Um, it was that 100%, wasn't it? So why did it, uh, oh yeah, that's what I meant to do. Make that probably about 90%. Now this won't fade unless it's the same color actually as the card, which I think we used the gray 900 like that. And we might just want to bring that gradient up a little bit. 69. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. I could also set a negative margin for this. Let's go with that's padding. Sorry, where's margin? Margin at the top of like -4. Wait, what? I don't know if I was supposed to, if that's right. That might be right. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't feel right to me. Um, we can also set the border radius here. Go for like 1 rem. Okay. Let's see what we got so far. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this card base. We'll make it darker. Let's see what value I should set that to. So we'll get the dark class. And I'll first set it to black. Oh, that's not what I want it to do. That is in the wrong spot. Down here in background. So that's it black. And then maybe just a little bit lighter. And then we'll reduce the padding on these. So that makes them really thin, maybe. And maybe we can also add a border of 1 pixel, which I think is I think it's that. Border on all sides. I'm gonna set it as red just so I can see it for now. Yeah, okay. Shoot, where did I just do that? Oh, right here. Set this to maybe a little bit lighter of a gray. No, I'm just really just playing with this now. We're just having a little bit of fun with it. Hmm. I might just remove the background color. Let's remove the background color. And we'll also remove it from the dark here. Right? Or I just set that to black. Yeah, then we just have an outline left. Hmm. Let's see, what if that was that gray now? And I might make this one rem. Sure. Okay, now we got to change this now to go to black instead of that gray. I might be happy with that. Border radius, I'll bring down a little bit. Okay, that was way too much. It was 0.5, right? No, was it 1? It was 1. Oops. Hmm. We'll leave it as 1. Okay. These cards now. These cards. Let's see what they look like with that gray. I'm not really following the. Set it in the wrong spot. I'm not really following the design exactly. It's kind of just inspiration. Okay, now I need to be even darker. So go for something like. Why is it not saving my background color? What the? I don't know what's going on. Um. Oh wait, that should have been here. There we go. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All right, and then what we can do here is I'm gonna have one for if it's on hover. Let's do a background of maybe the primary. Oh, brand primary. Oh, we just make it a lighter gray. Yeah. So let's do a lighter gray. Hmm. Then maybe I can also change both of the texts to white. if we set color white here, and then on this, I set it to inherit for the color. Inherit. Oh, shoot. That's coming from the A tag. Get rid of that out of here. There we go. Okay. Then on hover, is it white? Yeah. I can't tell if that's actually changing the color. So for like red, just so I can see. Okay, yeah, that is. Then let's just make it transition smoothly by coming down here to transform. Not transform. Transition, sorry. Transition. And we can do it for all. They changed this. This used to be a big graph now. Okay. And so now I should, yeah, there we go. Cool. Maybe for the button on hover, we can have it be, that's the back, that's the text. Have it be the same brand primary, but maybe like a lighter. This was not planned, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Yeah. And then we'll add that same transition to all like that. Yeah. Yeah, sure, we'll go with something like that. Now we just gotta make it fit. Um, I think for that I have to set this, set a max width. No, wait. How do I do this? I think on the card I can do 90%. Why is this background curved? What is that? I'm seeing white bleed through that. It's not on my homepage, is it? Huh. Okay. I don't know why that was causing it. All right. Now we just gotta fix these, what's it called? Responsiveness, I guess. So let's see here. I think here I gotta change these to like that. And we'll set it to a max of that 560 divided by 16 to get it to rem. And we can set that to 35. Rem, 35 rem. So now why isn't that shrinking? Okay. I think it has to do with the max content here or something. What's going on here? Oh, it's negative. It's the negative margin. It's the negative margin that's causing that. Okay. Hmm. I'm wondering now. overflow, what is that, X for up and down? So that will remove it from the card. And now we have a scroll. But we shouldn't have a scroll. What am I doing here? Let me pull this up on my phone and see how this looks so far. Yeah, my phone is too big. So how might I want to fix this? For these cards, let's start with one run like that. Remove that. What did I just? Okay, I did it again there. Put that to 2.5. I think I have to set these to be. I'm also noticing that disabled is not working here. Link tags can be disabled, right? I'm 98% sure. I know if I remove the href, it would work, but uh, let me just set this to true. That still works. Hmm. I'm not sure why this doesn't work. I really thought you could. Well, I guess we could just remove the href. Yeah, so this one doesn't take you anywhere, but these two should still. Okay. All right, I think I got to do responsive texts on this using what, clamp? I guess I'm not sure. I have to do the calculator. Okay. Maximum viewport width. Let's go with 25 or minimum. Wait, 1 minute. Minimum I want this to be, let's do 1.5. Maximum I want 4. Would this be set to 25 for the width of the entire element? I have a feeling this isn't right, but oh shoot, that's not supposed to go for all of them. Damn, I don't know if that's the right value. I meant to just change that here. What am I doing? What is happening here? I'm not even supposed to be doing this here. It's supposed to be here on the H1. We'll do some clamping. I just created this value using the generator. And now, I'm not sure if that will scale properly. That did not scale properly. Because in the design here, I have it as 4 rem. It's really 3, but I could just change this to 3 rem. I'm going to figure out this clamp and we'll be right back. I think that's right. Let's bring back in the image. How do I fix the image? I got to do it by height. Yeah, hold on a minute. We have to remove width here, I think. Not really sure how I would do that. We can remove this. I want to do it based on height, right? Or is this just supposed to be a flex grow? That is not right. Sorry, I think the height for this had to be 40%. Um, Max height of 40%. What's going on here? Um, Unless I just change it to 40% to the max. No. There we go. What? Okay, hold on. This is supposed to be 40%. I'll just set the overflows to hidden as well. I shouldn't have to though. I should not have to do that. So what's going on with this? Oops. So what's going on with this card now? Okay. So then I need the max width for this card to be wider. It's not changing that. What's going on here? I guess I could do 100%. I set that here. It's into the max to like 40% or 90%. Yeah, we getting closer. Let's go 35. That's too big. Okay, nah. Oh, that's wait. I'm at 35, not 45. Sure, let's go with that. Add a radius there. Oh, I do need that overflow. And then all I need to do left is I think just have these grow. Like this one, I know I should have like this. And then I can space between. Can I not do stretch here? There we go. Yeah. So then these also have to be set to grow. Wait, hold on a minute. We have the card. This is what I want to grow. Yeah. Okay. And then I also want this one to grow as well. So I think we're getting closer to that. Change the background color just so I can see. Yep. Okay. So there'll be a lot of growing. Because we have that. So these should also grow. That should just be 100% of the height. Uh, and these we set the width to 100%. Yeah, okay, we get in there. We get in there. Remove that. We can also have this grow as well. Whoa. What the hell that was? Set this height to 100%. Okay. Let's see what that looks like on mobile. Oh god, it's broken on mobile. Hmm. For one, why are these so big? What is actually? It's 1.5. These are actually a little bit lower. What is 14 divided by 16? I'll just copy that. I really can't get this, and I don't know why. Let's see. We're getting close though. But does it have to do with this? It does. Okay, now the card fits. I actually want to lower this probably to 80. Probably even smaller than that, honestly. 70? Maybe 70 view height as well. Okay, no, that's a little too skinny on mobile. The 70 for the height is not working here. I think for the height, no, right? Right now I'm trying to get the height right. And I can check that if we just turn that to hidden. Oh, no, that's a height. That's hidden. Okay, we'll just send both to hidden. Okay, no, the height is right. Whoa, oh, wrong spot. Okay, no, that height is right. I think we have to make these H2 responsive. Um, I've never said. So that's who. Let me see. That should go like 75%. Oh god, that does not look right. I think it has to be a clamp. Yeah, so I want it to be okay, hold on. And I set the font size on view height. It's all view height. I'm learning some new things. I've never done this. I'm just curious what that would. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's increased. Oh, shit. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. We might have something here. It's getting way too big. Oops. What the hell just happened? So that's a 1.5. And this should be a 2. Okay. Okay. Hold on a minute. Put this back to 90 view height. No, it's a little too much. Let's go 85 or 80. 80, so 85. I know I've been checking my phone. I could just do this in the app. I know I've been doing this on my phone. I could just see this in the editor. But yeah. We're kind of getting there. Damn, I'm gonna lose whatever that color that was. Was that just black? Yeah. Damn, I didn't want the text to wrap either. But all right. Let's stop you from growing right now. And those are gonna grow. This text size, I think this has to, yeah, 1.5 view height. Yeah, I could set a minimum here. This is about 4 rem in the design for minimum. I don't think that'll work out, but that's what that looks like. Oh, Jesus. Wait, what did I do that for? I meant max here. Wait, no. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that is right, I think. No, I think this has to also be set to something to do with view height. Maybe like that. I think everything just has to be set to view height. Yeah. Okay, now I think the last text we gotta fix is this one, which this is gonna have to be set off of view height instead of a clamp. And I think I removed the margin. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we kind of got it. Yeah, I'd say we got it. Let's just finish this up a bit. I'm thinking I increase the max width here. So on mobile, that looks a bit better. Oh, damn it. Yeah, so on mobile, that looks a bit better. I think I do want to have some sort of background color on this that's just a little bit above black. Like just enough to where it's like a little bit noticeable. Then I gotta change the gradient to match that. Let's see any other last changes I'm gonna make. I think I'm happy with that. Besides maybe making this a little bit lighter as well. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, we can go with that. And I think I want these to be a little bit bigger. 2.25. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Uh Padding here just a little bit more. Oh Jesus, I meant 2. Okay, no, maybe 1.5 was the I'm very picky, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go 1.5. Yeah. That was an interesting experience. I don't think I've actually based sizes off of view height before. That was the first time. That was a bit fun. And then, so if we do this, let's connect, it should open the email. If we do journal, nothing should happen because I don't have the journal yet. But RiseWare should take us to the RiseWare site, and low code should take us to the no code site. Yeah, well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we just built our new personal website. And if you enjoyed this, or if you learned anything, do me a solid and like this video. Also, leave a comment on what you'd like to see more of, and that'll be it. Wait, no, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, subscribe to the channel as we're now trying to hit 150 subscribers. So, yeah, we'll see you next time and happy building.